Welcome to this episode of Inside Friendship. I'm your host, Jacob Filgo, and in every show, we introduce to you the people and programs that make Friendship ISD a special place. There's a lot of traditions at Friendship High, and one of those traditions is our pep rallies. Even though our pep rallies aren't new, the way the Spirit Squads have to put them on is.
There are so many different factors that were put in place. First of all, I was just really grateful for our central office and for our admin for allowing this to happen, because I've seen across the board pep rallies being taken away. And I know it sounds silly, but there's a lot of people that put a lot of hard work into the pep rally, and I'd hate for that to be taken away from them. So we're real grateful for that. But you have to work with the band, pom, cheer, bell crew, admin, teachers. Our FISD police were amazing. They helped us get all of our kids over here safely. And then of course our sound people and media people, they were amazing. We were able to work it all out in such a huge arena. I really feel like it went well.
Go Tigers, let's go! Let's go Tigers, let's go! Let's go Tigers!
It's like the friendship way. We're not going to let anything, this pandemic, the mood that everybody's been in, where it just feels like everything was taken away from us in the spring. I just feel like friendship just rose up, and everybody was so grateful and so excited. And you know, the football players, as soon as it was over, I had so many of them come over and just say thank you. Even, you know, just the greatest thing that could have happened was that we were all out here to do it together, and it could have been a 5-minute long assembly, and I think that they still would have enjoyed it. And just seeing the community show up and everybody listen to the social distancing and the mask mandates, and it didn't stop us. We just kept on going, and I feel like that's just kind of our friendship way. We're just going to power through and make it happen.
Since we're on the subject of school spirit, we would like to introduce to you the amazing people who keep the friendship spirit alive.
It means being part of a family that's bigger than my own, and it's just having like a sisterhood that you don't get anywhere else.
So for pep rallies, there's many different sections such as tumbling and stunts and our pyramids and our dance. And so once we learn all of those sections, we put them together. Usually we have our pep rallies in the pit, but this year they're on the field, so we have to figure out different spacing on the field. But overall, they've been really fun this year.
We're preparing for the UIL competition through our pep rallies because it is football season, so we're putting our main focus on the pep rallies right now. So we're incorporating different skills like tumbling, jumps, and different stunts. And so we're working on those during our pep rally routines that are gonna help set us up for success during UIL.
For pep rallies, there are a lot of different sides of the pep rally, so like our stunts and our tumbling, and so for each one we just have to figure out the counts for each one, and then we have to come up with stunts that are in that amount of counts that we have, and then come up with dance and come up with the jumps and choreography that goes along with that. So it is a process, but in the end it looks really good and it's really fun. Sometimes on the field we'll spread out, and so we have to fix those formations from the mat to the actual field. And then we have to figure out how the music will work on the field because it is outside in a different atmosphere.
School events are more like fun and you're hyping up your teammates. are the teams, and UIL is you are competing to prove that you are the most spirited cheerleaders out there. We do harvest festivals. We go to elementaries in the mornings before game days. We do special angels, so we get gifts for different people in our community. We get them Christmas gifts so they can enjoy Christmas like we do. Being a part of the cheer team means a lot to me. It's like having a big family, people to go to, always having your back. It also is like community work, like we're involved in the community, youngers are looking up to us, and it's just like, I don't know, it's just fun. It's nice having people at school who are always having your back. If we see like the little girls who come to cheer camp, they'll like remember us, they'll come see us at games out in public, and so it's just nice knowing that we have younger people in the Frenship community who are surrounded by us.
I love
Can we get strawberries?
Okay.
So we were walking to school.
I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really want
smart.
cheese pizza.
Sometimes her mind wanders.
We should have a sleepover.
I remember saying, Laura?
I think I heard Mom say
The
something.
sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
I really hope she doesn't
I
have
really
another
hope we
bad
don't
day
have
at
another
school
bad day at
today.
school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps. Did Pete saying mean things bother you?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
One thing that you can depend on is that high school sports has a lot of opportunities for all students. So as we begin to wind down football and volleyball, soccer is preparing to start their season.
Soccer is really important to me. It's been important my whole life. I love soccer for what you can learn from it, and I love coaching soccer for what I can teach through it. So I'm all about using soccer and what you learn in soccer and the things that you can learn through soccer to teach that to coach the whole person. So we have a big person is greater than player kind of thing around here. So we want to use soccer to make them better people. We're all about personal development and growing as a person, not just as a soccer player. I love watching people grow. Again, like as a person overall, but I love watching girls understand and recognize what they're doing wrong and recognize how to fix it. And I love watching people grow through soccer. Again, not just as a soccer player, but as a person and become more responsible and become more of a team player and become more of a understanding teammate and that kind of thing. So I love soccer for that. And I love watching people grow through soccer.
I'm pretty confident. I think we have a lot of fresh people coming in. I think that Coach Lauren and Coach Judge are real good about like making it like a team aspect and not just players but like a team. And so I feel confident in this year, and I really feel like we'll be good in district.
So what we always want to do is find something that we're not doing well, and we want to expand on that and figure out how we can do that better. And so it's a lot of breaking stuff down of like, okay, where are we really struggling? And how can we get better at that? And so it's breaking stuff down to the basics of, well, maybe we can't do this because of this. And so it's figuring out what that is that we need to get better at and then building up to it. So we do a lot of week at a time ideas of this is what we really want to focus on this week. And so we try to build off of that each day. Okay, well now we worked on this yesterday. Well, how can we build off of that tomorrow? So we do a lot of that. We really focus on, again, soccer is a very interesting sport in that it's a lot of individual skills, but if you don't put that together with the team, it doesn't work. It doesn't make sense and it doesn't make you better. And so it's focusing on individual skills and then working into, okay, well, how does that incorporate the whole team and how do we move the ball and make decisions as a team? So it's a very complicated sport that I want to try to make simple. And so that's the hardest part, is making this complicated, overwhelming thing and breaking it down into simple parts that we can make decisions. And I'm big on them making decisions on the field. So I don't get to call out plays and I don't get timeouts and I don't get to switch people in and out all the time. It's a lot of, you got to figure it out. And so my time in practice is let's figure this out so that in the game we can already be making these decisions.
Another group of athletes training and competing this fall is our cross-country team.
So we start out with RPR, which is reflexive performance reset, and it's waking up your neurological system. So athletes typically focus on muscles and tendons and ligaments and things like that. This wakes up your nervous system. It's kind of like Coach Shortis is the one who brought all this to us. She went to a clinic out in California a couple of summers ago, and they compared it to turning on a light switch. We do that, we don't think about it. But if you don't flip that light switch, the lights don't come on. And so this RPR kind of turns on the neurological side of our bodies. It also is good for healing and for just better mental state, which is what we've talked a lot about anyway. So we start with that, and then we go what we call prehab, and that's where we focus on ligaments and tendons. There's, again, a lot of times we tend to just jump straight to muscle warm-up, and there was a coach that coached at the FCA track camp a couple of summers ago, and he's, I believe he's at Canadian now, but he started this. He was a runner himself, and I have seen huge dividends on the lack of injuries. We don't have shin splints, we don't have turned ankles like we have. I mean, we're still gonna have some, but it's not just that constant, everybody's getting the shin splints, everybody's getting the hip flexor stuff. So we do that, and then we jog a mile for warm up. It's a real slow mile because the point is warming up our bodies, and so a lot of kids, when they hear that our warm-up is a mile, count them out. They don't want to do it. And then we focus on hips and calves and get those warmed up, and then we start our workout. Sending in registrations today.
It's really affected how we practice, because usually we just kind of go through the stretches and we would just kind of clump up all together, but now we've started social distancing more, and all the meets we've had to stay on the bus, and if you're not competing right then and there, you can't be out, you can't be walking around, you got to be on the bus. So it's been a change.
We're mainly practicing on strides, because like towards the end of the race you have to like push yourself into like actually finishing really strong, and at the beginning of the race you're going to want to start off strong too.
Our strengths definitely are just our overall commitment level. Like I said before, we've got kids that have bought into it. They're running on their own, putting in miles on weekends when we don't have meets, things like that. We can just always get better by getting faster. That's, you know, it's pretty black and white as far as times go. Either you're running faster or you're not. So we're constantly looking to get PRs, and so far this season we've had quite a few. So I feel like overall fitness, the kids really dedicated themselves a lot more to running on their own. Even during COVID, they ran on their own a lot and stayed in shape, so we didn't have to start at ground zero necessarily. We could build on what we had last year and then just keep growing that way.
Tigers!
Hey Friendship fans! My name is Mandy White and I'm a Friendship High School alum from the class of 1997. I serve on the Friendship Foundation for Leadership Board of Directors. We support the district through teacher grants and student scholarships. In 2019, the foundation reached the $1 million mark in giving back to the district. This year, we awarded 45 seniors from the class of 2020 with a character scholarship. On behalf of all Friendship alum, I'm excited to announce that the student who scored the highest is also receiving the Fallen Tiger Memorial Scholarship. Congratulations to Darby Lewis on your scholarships totaling $1,500. Thank you to everyone who supports the Friendship Foundation for Leadership.
Friendship Nation! Friendship Nation! Let's go Tigers! Friendship Nation! Friendship Nation! Friendship Nation! Friendship Nation! Friendship Nation! Friendship Nation!
You are watching Friendship.tv.
How's your day going, man?
Watch out!
The first step to stop the bleed is to call 911. For superficial wounds, check the scene, assess the wound, and apply pressure. For deep wounds, check the scene, assess the wound, and pack and apply pressure as needed. For guidelines on how to use a tourniquet and for more information, go to www.stopthebleed.com.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
You know I'm pretty good at debating my friends in various subjects, but I don't stand a chance against these students in this next story.
My name is Heather Byers, and I am the speech and debate coach here at Friendship High School.
On the other hand,
I love working in Friendship. In fact, I taught here for 7 years previously and took 2 years off to stay home with the kiddos. We had a surprise 4th, and I missed it so much that I had to come back. I love the community. I love the other teachers. I love all of my students. It's just a really great atmosphere to work in. I feel very supported as a teacher, and I just feel part of a good community. We're always preparing for tournaments. Speech and debate is a year-round event. And we participate in lots of different leagues. There's the Texas Forensic Association, the National Speech and Debate Association, and then of course there's UIL. And we do tournaments all year round. In fact, we're gearing up for our very first tournament this year, which is going to be virtual. Crazy New World, we'll see how that goes. So my students are always preparing for tournaments. We do prose, we do poetry, Leek and Douglas debate, we do CX debate, we do extemporaneous speaking. My whole philosophy for speech and debate is that there is something for everyone in speech and debate. And so that's just what we're constantly working towards. Of course, this year is crazy. I mean, right now our biggest challenge is virtually doing our tournaments and figuring all of that out because we've never done it before. It's also a challenge to get students comfortable in the speech and debate atmosphere. We discuss a lot of topics. We discuss a lot of current events, some topics that can be polarizing and that we all feel lots of different things about. So I have to create an atmosphere of comfort, of respect in the classroom so that students feel confident enough to share. And in this world right now with everything, it is a challenge to get past some of those barriers and anger and different things that we're all feeling right now from everything.
Begs us to, I think, I feel, I want, I believe. Okay, we can use I, talk in first person. This is your...
I really honestly feel like the debate team can go as far as they want to go. We have taken students to national tournaments just about every year. I know I took them whenever I was a speech and debate coach, and I know that tradition has continued throughout. So I know we've taken students to nationals every year, and I know our students have gone to state in the past in UIL, and I know we can do it again. It just depends on the effort and the time that my students are willing to put into their work, which they're already really hard workers, so I feel like we can take it all this year.
Okay? And eating meat doesn't mean that you're...
I don't know what the class atmosphere and stuff was like the 2 years that I wasn't here. But I know that they did the best that they could. I know that they were knowledgeable. I know that they were excellent coaches. And so I'm just doing what I know to do as a speech and debate coach to create the best positive team experience for all of my students.
Art classes are very important in the overall education of students. At Oak Ridge Elementary, students are experiencing artistry and expressiveness in Miss Riley Garrett's class.
Abstract art is art that does not represent external reality.
Hi, I am Miss G. I work at Oak Ridge and I am the art teacher. They learn basics like color or like shape, texture, things that you need later on in life, especially if you are going to go down the art industry road. I also think it's just important because kids get to learn that if you're not good at English or math, that they have somewhere here where they can come and relax and just have fun. I try to just set an air of peace in here, like it's family, like they're welcomed. This is a very positive attitude in here. There's no such thing as bad art. Anyone could be an artist no matter what they're doing, even if it's just a dot on the paper. So I just try to encourage them to try their best.
Probably all of like a fairy tale type theme.
I'm teaching them about abstract art or about warm colors, cold colors, different shades, value, just a bunch of the basics that you need for when you're going to go into middle school and high school. Just the basic building blocks right now is what I'm really focusing on. I like that you've done it bigger, and I like your organic shapes, how they're sharp.
It took a really long time.
I usually just give a prompt pretty loose. Other than that, I let them do pretty much whatever their mind comes up with. So as long as you're using whatever I tell you to, like if you're using crayons or markers or Crayola pencils and you're using only warm tones today, or we're focusing on texture today, then Other than that, it's pretty laid back. I let them kind of have control of the projects mostly, and I think that it really helps them just understand what style they like better and what's easier for them to do, what's not easy for them to do. From what I've seen, it's really helped them understand their capabilities and what we need to work on and what personally is more fun to them. I wasn't one that, I was not a school personality. I didn't like English, I didn't like school, but art was somewhere that I could go and feel safe. So no matter what it was, whether it was theater or film or art class, you know, anything like that, I liked it because everyone was just super friendly there. It wasn't so pressured about grades or being perfect. It was just fun. So it's been a big part of my personality. We are going to be doing the background, okay? So you're going to look for your lovely eyeball in a pile that I'm going to put up here. I love the kids. There's times that I've been absent when I come back and they're like, where were you? You weren't here. Oh my gosh, why weren't you here? And it's just fun to talk to them. Honestly, they push me to keep going and growing and to learn how to cope with anxiety or anger. They even teach me stuff every other day that they don't know, of how to be kind to others and how to push myself to be more creative. It's always been the kids. I just love talking to them and being around them. I love the people I work with personally. I love the administration here. I love Frenship because everyone's just so kind. What I've noticed, the common theme is that we're trying to teach little humans to be good people. That's the theme throughout Frenship, is to just be responsible and have a good tiger attitude and just be a good person, you know? Be kind to others, be respectful to others, be kind to yourself, and love each other as if you would love your family or your pet or your best friend. That's really what I loved about Frenship and about Oak Ridge specifically, is that everyone just has such a loving, welcoming attitude, and it's just a great team to be working on. It looks good, yeah. I like yours too. Looks really good.
Thank you for joining us today. If you know of a great story about Frenship ISD, let us know. Share your story ideas by calling or emailing. Also, be sure to follow Frenship ISD on Facebook and Twitter. We'll see you on the next edition of Inside Frenship.
Cheerleaders, and we're proud to support Frenship ISD.
Seek perfection, capture excellence.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes, and you come to mine. This is it. First impression. My way in. But here's the thing. Can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Can one piece of paper really tell you my whole story? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or how anytime there was an opportunity, I was the first one to step up. Because I wasn't gonna let my life, my circumstances dictate who I was gonna become. And all of that determination, the commitment, the drive, that's me. And that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent, like me.